All right, so today we're doing something a little different. We're not breaking down a news article or some complex study. Nope. We're looking at something much more elemental. A phrase book. We're going to deconstruct this thing, piece by piece, to see what it can tell us about how a language is really built and, how we use words to build bridges between entire worlds.
You know that feeling when you decide to learn a new language? It feels like this huge, impossible mountain to climb. And that's exactly what this quote gets at. This phrase book, it's like a map for that journey. It shows us that every fluent, complex conversation we've ever had started with just one single step, one simple word.
So, here's the game plan for today. First, we'll look at the book itself, our bridge of 5,000 sentences. Then we'll see how you lay the very first bricks of a conversation. After that, we'll get into the nitty-gritty of navigating daily life. And then, this is the really fun part, we'll dive into what happens when words don't mean what they literally say, and finally, we'll uncover some universal truths hidden inside Proverbs.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning. What is this thing we're actually looking at today? It's not just a book. It's a tool, an artifact designed specifically for human connection.
Here it is. This is the heart of our entire explainer. It's an English Kinyarwanda phrasebook by Dusenge Valence Boanarja. And its purpose is crystal clear: to connect an English speaker with a speaker of Kinyarwanda, the official language of Rwanda. It's a purpose-built bridge.
And just look at that number, 5,000. Think about that for a second. The author made a conscious choice to try and boil down the essence of everyday practical communication into 5,000 sentences. That's a pretty ambitious blueprint for building understanding. So, how does it actually work? Where does it start?
Well, it starts exactly where you'd think. It starts where literally every single conversation in human history has started, with the absolute most fundamental basics. These are the very first bricks you have to lay down.
And here's brick number 1. How are you? I'm fine. It's so universal, right? This is the entry point into pretty much any conversation anywhere on Earth. It's not really about exchanging deep information yet. It's just about opening the channel.
Okay, channel's open. What's next? Identity. You have to establish who you are in this new conversation. It's the second brick. Simple, direct, and absolutely essential.
And the third brick? A basic personal detail. See the pattern? Greeting, identity, information. With just these 3 simple exchanges, you've built the bedrock for almost any first-time human interaction. And it doesn't matter what language you're speaking.
So, once you've got the hellos down, what comes next? Well, now you have to actually function. This is where the book moves beyond simple greetings and starts giving you the framework to, operate inside a whole new society. And this just lays it out so clearly. Look at these categories: travel, dining, emergencies, work, making friends. This is basically a user manual for life. It's a practical roadmap for everything from finding your way to the market to building actual relationships.
Take a sentence like this. This isn't just about finding a bus. This is a key that unlocks the physical world around you. It's about movement, independence. It's a sentence that gives a person power.
And this one, it hits on such a fundamental human need: food. This sentence isn't just for ordering at a restaurant. It's about sharing. It's about being a host. It's about taking care of someone. Language gives us the tools to manage our most basic needs.
Okay, so up until now, everything's been pretty straightforward, right? A bus station is a bus station. But that's just one layer of language. And this is where things get really interesting. What do you do when the words on the map don't seem to match the world in front of you?
Ah, yes. Now we get to the good stuff. Idioms. This is where you find the personality of a language, its humor, its unique way of looking at the world. You could almost say this is where you find its soul.
So what even is an idiom? Well, it's basically a secret code. The Kinyarwanda word for it is Inshoboramahanga. And if you try to just translate the words one by one, you're going to get complete nonsense. You have to know the secret, the cultural meaning behind the phrase.
This table is just perfect. Look at "kill 2 birds with 1 stone." A literal translation would be confusing, to say the least. But the idea, the concept, translates perfectly: to solve a problem by doing one action. The same thing with an arm and a leg. It's not about body parts, it's just very expensive. This shows you that to really get a language, you can't just learn words. You have to learn to think in its concepts.
And that brings us to the final layer, the deepest one. Because if idioms show us what makes our cultures unique, proverbs, well, they show us what makes us all the same. They're these little packets of timeless, shared human wisdom. Just look at actions speak louder than words. In Kinyarwanda, it becomes, do and see is better than say and hear. The phrasing's totally different, right? But that core truth, that nugget of wisdom, that doing something is better than just talking about it, that's identical.
And you see it again and again. There is no place like home becomes almost exactly no place is better than home. And all that glitters is not gold, it's a near-perfect match. It's just this powerful reminder that we're all living through a shared human experience, even if we describe it in our own beautiful, unique ways.
And then, every once in a while, you find a proverb like this one that translates almost perfectly word for word. And that just suggests that some ideas, things like strategy, alliances, the complicated mess of human relationships, are so fundamental to who we are as a species that they just slice right through any linguistic or cultural barriers.
So yeah, a language is made of thousands upon thousands of sentences. This book has 5,000 of them, all carefully chosen to teach you how to say hello, how to get around, how to understand a culture. But it leaves you with a question, doesn't it? How many sentences does it really take to connect with another human being? How many does it take to build a bridge that you can actually walk across?
Kimwe mu bintu byagufasha kuvuga icyongereza ndetse bitakugoye ni ukumenya interuro zitandukanye zikoreshwa mu buzima busanzwe. Iki gitabo kirimo interuro 5,000 zisobanuye mu Kinyarwanda, hakabamo n'ibibazo ndetse n'ibisubizo by'ibyo bibazo, ku buryo mu gihe umuntu akubajije ikibazo ushobora kuba wasubiza nta kibazo, cyangwa se mu gihe ukeneye kuba wabaza ushobora kuba wabaza icyo ushaka kubaza. Ikindi harimo interuro ku ngingo zigiye zitandukanye, ku buryo kugira iki gitabo byagufasha mu cyongereza cyawe cyo kuvuga. Niba mu gihe uri kuvuga amagambo akubana makeya, this is a book for you. Iki ni igitabo cyagufasha, iki gitabo kigambiriye kuzamura inyunguramagambo zawe z'icyongereza. Harimo amagambo asobanuye English and Kinyarwanda Dictionary, inkoranyamagambo y'icyongereza ndetse n'ikinyarwanda. Rero niba ushaka kuzamura urwego rwawe rw'inyunguramagambo, this is a book that you need. More than 200 pages. Page zirenga 200 z'amagambo y'icyongereza asobanuye mu Kinyarwanda. This book can help you to improve your vocabulary. Iki gitabo cyagufasha kongera inyunguramagambo zawe. Igihe cyose turi gusobanura ibikorwa, dukenera gukoresha inshinga. Okay? Iki gitabo kirimo regular verbs, inshinga zikurikiza amategeko, irregular verbs, inshinga zidakurikiza amategeko. Kuri buri nshinga tukaguha urugero, okay, ku buryo uramenya inshinga ukaba no kuba wayikoresha. Ikindi nanone harimo ibihe 12, ibihe 12 by'icyongereza bisobanuye ku buryo mu gihe umaze gusoma iki gitabo uba ushobora kuba wakoresha inshinga nta kibazo. Inshinga nicyo gice cy'ingenzi mu nteruro kuko aba ari nk'umutima w'interuro. Rero mu gihe ugiye gusobanura ibikorwa ukora, ibikorwa uzakora, ibikorwa uri gukora, icyo gihe uzakenera iki gitabo kugira ngo kibe cyagufasha ukemura ibyo. If you want to work on your spoken English, niba ushaka kuzamura icyongereza cyawe cyo kuvuga, this is a dialogue book. Iki ni igitabo kirimo ibiganiro by'icyongereza ndetse bisobanuye mu Kinyarwanda. Ndetse harimo na irregular verbs, harimo phrasal verbs. This is a book that you need if your purpose is only speaking. Niba kumva icyongereza ubasha ko wacyumva, ariko kuvuga wajya kuvuga interuro ugiye gukoresha kumva ntabwo ziri kuza neza, ufashe igitabo ukagisoma rimwe, inshuro 2, ukabirangiza, ukakinyuramo, ukakirangiza, ukongera ukagisubiramo. Icyo gihe you can speak English with this book. Ni ufata igitabo ukagisoma, warangiza kugisoma ukihatira no kumva icyongereza cyane. Ibyo bikoze, you are good to go. Biba birangiye, icyongereza watangira kukivuga ndetse nta kibazo. And finally, this is a book, kana gatabo gatoya gahuriza hamwe ibikomoka muri bya bitabo byose nagiye nkwereka, akaba kanagura make 18,000. Rero nako ugakeneye, we can help you to get it kuko hari abagenda batubwira yuko bakeneye ibitabo by'amafaranga makeya. We prepared this book for you. So if you need either one of our books, waduvugisha kuri 0780 293112 cyangwa se 0728034227.